The students who will be speaking at the graduation ceremony were selected based on neutral criteria to deliver messages of the student's own choices. The content of each student speaker's message is the private expression of the individual student and does not reflect the endorsement, sponsorship, position, or expression of the Belton Independent School District.
Superintendent of Belton ISD, and I want to welcome the class of 2024 to graduation. On behalf of our Board of Trustees, our amazing teachers, principals, staff, we are so proud to be a part of your very special day. As we come together today, I'm going to ask you if we would start, please, with a moment of silence to honor those we've lost, a moment of silence to acknowledge some of the grief and sorrow that our community has collectively experienced in recent days and weeks. So please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. So I've been superintendent for Belton ISD for 45 days as of today. But to our graduates, I actually joined the Belton ISD family the same year that you entered high school. That's a year that I think all of us in this room remember. It's a year that COVID made its way into the world and the whole world stood still for a little while. And now I'm here with you closing out your high school careers with another unimaginable disruption. Last week's devastating storms that impacted so many of us throughout the community. But make no mistake that the resiliency of the class of 2024 is a shining light for the entire Belton ISD community. We're so proud of you. Yeah, they need a round of applause for what we've done. But I'm not surprised at the resiliency. I'm not surprised because you see, you've been an inspiration to me through your entire high school career. I've seen your fine arts performances. I've seen you demonstrate grit on football fields, soccer fields, on our courts and courses, across our various programs, competitions, and classrooms. Whether you've been solving complex problems in your classrooms or tackling tough opponents on the field, you've shown what true Tiger spirit really is all about. So no matter what you've faced in these 4 years, you keep on going. I'm so proud of you, and I have to commend you for your resiliency that you've shown. I know some of your stories. I've gotten to know some of you. And honestly, the class of 2024 makes me want to be a better person each and every day. You make me want to be a better superintendent for the students in this district each and every day. You're a history-making class. You've demonstrated what it really means to persevere, adapt. You've demonstrated your ability to collaborate, communicate, critically think through excelling academically in your academic pursuits and your extracurricular activities. You've demonstrated an incredible amount of empathy for helping your friends and neighbors, particularly during extraordinary times like these. You've also helped with events like Special Olympics, unified track meets, and Finding Nemo Junior productions or Partners PE. For our audience to know, our families and friends, the class of 2024 has accumulated thousands of hours of community service, and you continue to make our community a better place for others. In closing, I'd like to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our parents, our guardians, our teachers, our administrators, and our staff for inspiring and empowering these amazing graduates to walk across the stage today filled with confidence and determination. Your love, your guidance, your unwavering belief in them and their potential has shaped this class into a remarkable group of individuals that they are today. We are honored to have played a part in your educational journey, and we're confident that you will do nothing but continue to make us all proud. So today, class of 24, we gather to celebrate you, your achievements, knowing that you're empowered to pursue your dreams. May your futures be filled with countless opportunities, great successes, and the happiness that each and every one of you deserves. So let's give our graduates a hand of applause. And now I have the honor of welcoming to the stage our senior class president, Panya Muringathu Parambil.
Good afternoon, class of 2024. My name is Panya Muringautaparambo, and I'm very honored to be standing here in front of you as your senior class president. I'm here to welcome you and your families to our graduation ceremony. Today is a very exciting day for all of us. The countdown has ended, the senioritis is over, and we are finally graduating. When we started high school 4 years ago, it felt like graduation was so far away. Our 8th grade year was cut short by the longest spring break of our lives, and we began a new chapter by starting high school in the middle of a pandemic. We faced many challenges, like remote learning and social distancing, to name a few. We also missed out on some high school traditions during the first few years due to COVID restrictions. But we showed others what it meant to be a Belton Tiger by embracing the challenges as they came, working hard, and focusing on positivity. During our time at Belton High School, we've been supported by some incredible teachers and staff members. Whether it was Marcus waving to us in the halls, or Ms. Beckstrom asking us for a life update, our amazing faculty have gone out of their way to create lasting relationships with all of us. We've also had the support of our families and friends who have been there every step of the way and helped us to get back up whenever we stumbled. So I ask you today to thank each and every individual who made it possible for you to reach this important milestone. We will cherish the memories we have made here for the rest of our lives. The football games, pep rallies, homecomings, proms, and even the powder puff football game that didn't go as we planned. While our time at Belton High School may be over, our lives are just beginning. We're all heading off to different paths. There will be obstacles along the way, but the lessons we've learned over these past 4 years will be there to guide us through thick and thin. Wherever life takes us, I know the class of 2024 will go on to achieve incredible things. Last but not least, as you walk the stage, be proud of yourself as you reflect on all of the hard work and commitment that led to this accomplishment. It was truly an honor to represent our class this year, and I hope that each of you will go on to represent the Big Red community. Go Tigers!
Yeah, go Tigers!
I welcome now to the stage everyone's friend and our senior class vice president, Abraham Montalongo Carrillo.
Let's go, Pablo! Yeah!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, staff, and class of 2024. Well, we finally made it. After 4 years of lots of hard work, dedication, and many beautiful memories and friends we have made along the way. Also important life lessons and skills, like learning how to finish that major grade project overnight. Kind of like how I made this speech. First of all, I'd like to thank my family, friends, and teachers for allowing me to become the person I am today. And also my doctor, who's been making sure I've been healthy over the years. However, this speech is not about me, but rather the celebration of an accomplishment of our Belton community as a whole. Celebrating our teachers who have taught us knowledge in the classrooms and even important life lessons for out in the real world. I'd like to thank them for putting up with us and also for being the ones who teach the future generations. Their patience and dedication is truly admirable and appreciated, as they will truly make a positive impact in the world. Maybe some of that impact could reach the White House, or who knows, maybe even at the McDonald's drive-thru. Celebrating our parents, guardians, and anyone else who we consider family. They have been our emotional, physical, and spiritual strength, and their love and support for us through our high school journey has not gone unnoticed. They have taught us the importance of family, the importance of having people around us who we love and love us back. They have prepared us for independence and adulthood, or as my parents call it, as time to stop watching Skibbity Toilet episodes. Celebrating our students, our class of 2024, my fellow graduates. We have come such a long way, accomplishing many things as we begin to start edging into a new chapter in our lives. And out into the real world, we have made lifelong friends. We have achieved near impossible goals. We have made amazing memories with those we deeply value. And we have surprisingly passed our classes. Through all our hard work and patience, we have finally graduated. Those seemingly endless hours of schoolwork have paid off. We are not just in a normal graduating class, however. We have survived the mask mandates, the awkward and embarrassing Zoom calls, and the senioritis that set in around sophomore year because of the pandemic delays. If we can survive this, then we can survive anything, except maybe taxes. Looking out into the crowd, I see not just my classmates. I see people with a passion, a future, and unstoppable motion to pursue their dreams. Thank you and congratulations, Belton High School class of 2024. Go Tigers. It is now my honor to introduce the Belton High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC, who will present the colors of our country. During the presentation of the colors, it is customary to place your right hand over your heart. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. At this time, please stand for the presentation of the colors. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the United States, or to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, one indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner by members of the Belton High School Magical Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And now, please help me welcome to the podium Amelia Ochoa, Student Council President.
Thanks for 3 years. I know.
Okay, sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am truly honored to be up here as Belton High School's class of 2024 Student Council President. If you would have told me I would be up here today when I came into this high school, I wouldn't have believed you. Just a few short years ago, we were little freshmen, unsure of what the future held, and yet here we are. We finally made it. Some of us are pursuing careers in healthcare, law, and even the military, but whatever path you choose, I cannot wait till we can all think back to this day and only think of the good memories this journey has brought us. Today feels like the biggest moment of our lives, but I want to take a moment to acknowledge the hard work and dedication we all took to get here. Sleepless nights, cramming for tests and exams, and all the homework we never thought we could finish, but we did. I also want to thank our teachers and friends for helping us get here today, and we cannot forget about our parents. I would like to give a special thank you to my mom and my sister for all that you do. I love you.
And now it is my honor to welcome and introduce the Belton Independent School District's Board of Trustees and Administration here with us today to celebrate the class of 2024. I ask that you please hold all applause until all platform guests have been recognized. Board of Trustees, please stand when your name is called. The Belton Independent School District's Board of Trustees present are President Manuel Alcozer, Vice President Chris Floor, Secretary Aaron Bass, Board members Ms. Suzanne McDonald, Ms. Janet Lee, Mr. Jeff Norwood, and Mr. Rucker Preston. Also joining us on stage are members of our district leadership, Dr. Melinda Golden, Superintendent, Mr. Michael Morgan, Superintendent of Operations, Ms. Gabby Nino, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, Mr. Todd Schiller, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Ms. Melissa Lafferty, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Shad McGahee, Chief Technology Officer, Ms. Jennifer Bailey, Executive Director of Communications, and Mr. Ben Smith, Executive Director of Secondary Schools, and Ms. Dennis Sharp, Executive Director of Elementary Schools. We also have our campus leadership team of Ms. Claudia Knox, Principal, Mr. Jason Sansom, Lead Assistant Principal, Ms. Marilyn Kelly, Assistant Principal, and Ms. Amy Hughes, Assistant Principal, and Ms. Christy Whitman, Assistant Principal. We would also like to recognize our announcers for today's ceremony, Ms. Brandy Capriva, English teacher, and Ms. Sierra Beckstrom, English teacher. We want to reiterate our appreciation to each of you who are here with us today. Thank you. And now, please help me welcome into the podium, Class of 2024, Salutatorian Grayson Necessary.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us as we, the Belton High School Class of 2024, celebrate a pivotal moment in our lives. The word salutatorian is derived from salutations, or a greeting. I'm reminded that today is not just a farewell, but a greeting to the new beginnings that await us. First, I would like to show appreciation to our family members, faculty, administrators, first responders, and armed forces for their selfless dedication in our education journey. Can we please have a round of applause for the people who have made this possible? Next, I would like to speak directly to my classmates and friends. I'm so grateful for each of you. Although this is the beginning of a new part of our lives, it is no secret that a lot of time has passed during this chapter. For the past 13 years, this has been our class, and it has been full of good times and unique experiences. I started drafting this speech in my head as early as elementary school, just itching to graduate. I knew that putting the main idea together would come later, but I didn't realize how quickly that later would come. I have spent a lot of time focusing on the future and wishing this day would come, but now the wishing is over. It is here and for all of us. If you close your eyes dreaming about what could have been or what will be, you may miss the journey. Even during this relatively short part of our lives, enough has happened for each of us to gather a collection of memories, experiences, and life lessons. I would like to take this opportunity to share some of the wisdom I've gained during this journey. My hope is that we can carry these things forward as we step into our futures. First, have humility. Socrates famously said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." So find mentors, learn from them, and be open-minded. Know that education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself, as John Dewey put it. So let this pursuit of knowledge humble and deliver you to success. Second, pursue your dreams. Don't always follow the beaten path. If you have a goal, reach for it, put in the work, and most of all, enjoy the journey. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. Because just like today, we could have missed the last 13 years if all we focused on was graduation. So as we stand at the threshold of our future, let us pursue our dreams, be forever students and learners, and be lovers of the journey. The final message to the class of 2024, congratulations, we did it. Now it's our turn to go make a difference in the world. And to all others, thank you to everyone who has been a part of our journey. Your support means the world to us. Now let's all celebrate this day. Good luck in your future endeavors. Thank you, and go Tigers. Now, please welcome to the podium our BHS class of 2024 Valedictorian, Shugamande.
Good afternoon. My name is Ashutosh Gamande, and it's an honor to be here as the valedictorian. As I stand here, I'm overwhelmed with the gravity of the success that you all, the class of 2024, have achieved. Graduation represents the culmination of all your efforts over 13 long years of hard work. So go ahead and pat yourself on the back, because you've made it. Additionally, I'd like to thank all the parents, teachers, coaches, and faculty that worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that Belton students succeeded. I know that we wouldn't be here without your unwavering support. Thanks to all your efforts, we are now fully prepared to hop into the pilot's seat and fly into our destinies, equipped with invaluable knowledge, teachings, and life lessons for the journey ahead. I'd like to take a moment to thank my parents for being there every step of the way. And I'd like to thank Ms. Beckstrom, someone who I know has helped everybody in this audience. One life lesson I spent the majority of my high school career learning the hard way was the double-edged power of choice. All of us, at one point or another, have perchance made some choices we regret and affect us to this day. Whether it was leaving a key assignment to the last minute, passing up an opportunity to live life to its fullest, or even not telling that one special person how you feel, we've all been impacted by our inaction. On the other hand, our choices are what end up defining our future. In the words of John Maxwell, life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you. Therefore, class of 2024, I implore you to be bold and make choices that shape your dream into a reality. Make determined efforts each day to improve lives, both yours and the ones around you. Make a choice each day to be compassionate, open-minded, and uplifting whenever possible. Lastly, make a decision each day to learn from your decisions, fretting over not what was, but striving to improve what is, so that you can make the best of what will be. Class of 2024, I implore you all to strive forth into the bright future we have ahead of us, and make decisions along the way that will not only build our futures, but empower us toward success as well. We are in the next stage of our lives, and as we stand on the threshold of greatness, we must remember that it's our responsibility to make choices that will carry us into the future. Therefore, I ask that we make the choice to be the architects of our futures, forge a destiny fueled by dreams, guided through our lessons and passions, and supported through our teachings and experiences. Class of 2024 and all who came, I know the future may be adorned with challenges along the way, but the possibilities remain endless too. Let us choose to succeed, and with the guidance of our teachers, the support of our loved ones, and the spirit of the Big Red community, we will overcome any obstacle we face. Now go forth, embrace the world, and choose to succeed. Go Tigers!
Thank you, Panya, Abraham, Amelia, Grayson, and Ashu. Here in a few moments, we will award diplomas to the class of 2024. To begin that process, it's important we first recognize the students who are no longer with us. Esme Lopez and Emily Higgins, as well as Sandra Diekman. Although they are not physically here with us today, we know that their spirit is proudly sitting in these chairs on the front row next to your fellow classmates. To their families and friends, please know we are thinking of Esme and Emily, and they are very much a part of this celebration as well. And so, with that, graduating class of 2024, please stand. Members of of the Board of Trustees and Superintendent of Schools, as the principal of Belton High School, I certify that each student receiving a diploma today has met the requirements of the Texas Education Agency and Belton Independent School District. Dr. Golden, I present to you the graduating class of 2024.
Ms. Knox, on behalf of the Belton Independent School District and trustees, I accept this Belton High School graduating class of 2024.
Graduating class, you may be seated. We will now award diplomas.
Julissa Liana Montalvo. Annabelle Jaden Jarvis, CCMR. Brianna Jo Moses. Lexi Ray Murphy, CCMR. Madeline Kate Dollar. Davina Guadalupe Rodriguez Coronel. Gisele Marquez, CCMR. Rose Mary McCoy Medlin.
Sean Patrick McLean, cum laude, Army West Point, National Honor Society, and CCMR.
David Hector Robles, UT Austin On-Ramps, CCMR.
Gian Emmanuel Carlo, honor graduate, National Honor Society, CCMR.
Israel Yehuda Dingman, CTE pathway completer, ASC entry level auto maintenance and light repair, ASC entry level auto suspension and steering, ASC refrigerant recovery and recycling, ASC entry level auto engine repair, CCMR.
Aiden Jardel Alanis, UT Austin On-Ramps, CCMR.
Austin Jeremy Stallings, CTE pathway completer, ASC refrigerant recovery and recycling, ASC entry level auto maintenance and light repair, CCMR.
Rawad Suhail Terabay, honor graduate, National Honor Society, Student Council Officer, TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, and CCMR.
Caden Lee Stevenson.
Samuel Trapp Johnson, cum laude, Student Council Member, National Honor Society, and CCMR.
Eliana Eve Esty, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Brett William Shadrick, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, CTE pathway completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework, and academic excellence.
Julie Ann Patterson, CCMR.
Efeosa Daniel Eduendagbon, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Kira Persephone Gallant, CTE pathway completer, FCCLA, CCMR, Educational Aid 1.
Vivian Arleth Ramirez Morales, honor graduate, CTE pathway completer, CCMR, non-commissioned security officer level 2.
Jakira Lachelle Hall, CTE pathway completer, Educational Aid 1, FCCLA, CCMR.
Jayla Zane Williams, cum laude, National Honor Society, CTE pathway completer, CCMA, CCMR, TBI graduate.
Carolina Mendez Ordaz, honor graduate, CTE pathway completer, FCCLA, CCMR, Educational Aid 1.
Thomas Diego Coleman, four-year fine arts, CCMR.
Kayla Alyssa Jones, National Honor Society, CCMR.
Nora Leah Hallaby, cum laude, CTE pathway completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework, CCMA, academic excellence.
Jerry Lynn Brooks III, four-year fine arts, ACP Visual Design, Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Delaney Ray Boteller, cum laude, National Honor Society, CTE pathway completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Stephen Benjamin Shapirno, CTE pathway completer, CCMR.
Juliana Julieta Rodriguez, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, TSFA Level 1 Floral Certification, CCMA, CCMR.
Gavin Marcus Young, magna cum laude, Thespian Honor Society, 4-year Fine Arts, CTE Pathway Completer, Phlebotomy Technician, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Lole Angel Reyes, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Sean Knight, Microsoft Office Specialist Word, CCMR.
Angelina Demetria Jo Sangotayan, cum laude, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Temple College Coursework, Academic Excellence.
Natalie Suzanne Gyron, CTE Pathway Completer, Student Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Samuel Reed Shepard, Student Council Officer, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Serena Lynette Sauceda, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMA, CCMR, TBI Graduate.
Angel Guerrero, CTE Pathway Completer, Patient Care Technician, CCMR.
Kevin Mateo Alafa, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMA, CCMR, TBI Graduate.
Glenn Russell Slayton IV, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
William Nicholas Hibbard, AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, CCMR, Spanish National Honor Society.
Maverick Joshua Caranasos, cum laude, avid, Student Council Member, National Honor Society, S2S, CTE Pathway Completer, Pharmacy Technician, BPA, CCMR, Temple College Coursework.
Joseph Andre Stobrinsky, cum laude, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Madeline May Romero, cum laude, National Honor Society, S2S, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR, Student Council Parliamentarian.
Gianni Roberto Zecca, magna cum laude, UT Austin On-Ramps, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, Patient Care Technician, EKG Technician, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Amelia Christine Ochoa, Student Council Officer, S2S, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Ashutosh Shaker Gamande, Valedictorian, Summa Cum Laude, National Honor Society, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Gloria Mia Gonzalez, avid, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, and CCMR.
Julietta Maria Birdsfield, CTE Pathway Completer, ServSafe Manager, CCMR.
Anieli Guzman Perez, Avid Student Council Officer, National Honor Society, S2S, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR, Temple College coursework, Spanish National Honor Society Historian.
Gabrielle Renee Merrick, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Alexia Nicole Martinez, Honor Graduate, Student Council Member, National Honor Society, S2S, Skills USA, CCMR, Spanish National Honor Society Secretary.
Ashley Madison Garibay Sotelo, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Ethan Kyler Arundel, Student Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Madison Nicole Olvera, CCMR.
Kaylee Marie Scarlett, CCMR.
Naomi Elise Brown, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, 4-year Fine Arts.
Maribel Elena Serrano, Honor Graduate, National Honor Society, Avid, CCMR.
Mikael Alon Green, CCMR.
Dominic Philip Pfeiffer, ACP Visual Design, Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Olivia Momoka Jackson, CTE Pathway Completer, Pharmacy Technician, CCMR.
Christian Eduardo Esparza, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Genesis Nevea Upshaw, Student Social Media Marketing, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Fabian Xavier Mendez, Avid, CCMR.
Amaya Kiana Karma Sykes, CCMR.
Elijah Nathaniel Nelson, NCCER Corps, CCMR.
Grayson Lee Necessary, Salutatorian, Summa Cum Laude, National Honor Society, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Julius Lee Carbolito Acosta, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Chloe Allison Casey, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMA, CCMR.
Dathan Xavier Walker, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Alexis Lane Lisenby, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Level 1 Floral Certification, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, FFA, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Alton Ray McCallum III, National Honor Society, CCMR, Spanish National Honor Society.
Michaela Nicole Coates, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, FFA CCMR Temple College coursework.
J. Matthew Barola, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Addison Lane Donahue, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, FFA CCMR Academic Excellence.
Luke Anthony Flores, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Ramsey Isabella Evans Curran, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Vet Med Apps, FFA CCMR.
Audrey Adele Manolga, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Vanessa Victoria Tobar, Student Council Member, S2S, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Aubrey Faye Lindsay, Microsoft Office Specialist, Microsoft Word Expert, CCMR.
Jackie Marie Myers, Honor Graduate, CTE Pathway Completer, Education Aid 1, CCMR.
Kaylee Nicole Petrus, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Luke Aaron Lamberti, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, Education Aid 1, CCMR.
Sadeja K. Ellis, cum laude, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Bryson Nathaniel Sauceda, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Skylar Faye Ellis, magna cum laude, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR, Temple College coursework, Academic Excellence.
Brayson William Lundberg, EMT Basic, ASE Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Kennedy Lee Capriva, magna cum laude, Senior Class Secretary, Student Council Member, National Honor Society, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR, Temple College coursework, Academic Excellence.
Dante Martinez, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Riley K. Bergman, Honor Graduate, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, ACP Visual Design, Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Alexia Sky Angelica Pryor, 4-year Fine Arts, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
True Tomlinson, cum laude, National Honor Society, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Madeline Presley Malstedt, CCMR.
Joel Thomas Knox, CTE Pathway Completer, FFA, CCMR.
Andrea Mariah Rodriguez, Astra, CCMR.
Jackson Forrest Chapel, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, NCCER Carpentry Level 1, CCMR.
Cheyenne Renee Guthrie, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Isaac Ray Abel, CCMR.
Ryan William Stevens, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
John Paul Roach, cum laude, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Elijah Cole Ferguson, CCMR.
Benjamin Curtis Kiko, CCMR.
Leilani Eileen Patton, CCMR.
Hayden Christian Harani, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, Elanco Vet Med Apps, CCMR.
Carmen Giselle Villanueva Osoria, CCMR.
Addison Riley Alexander, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, Phlebotomy Technician, CCMR.
Carmen Guadalupe Groves, National Honor Society, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2, Spanish National Honor Society.
Campbell Jane Utley, cum laude, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, Phlebotomy Technician, CCMR.
Kira Danielle Dangle, Honor Graduate, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Level 1 Floral Certification, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Alexander Troy Hearn, CCMR.
Michaela Jade Cafell, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR, CTE Pathway Completer.
Isabel Aurora Marie Staten, Navy, MCJROTC, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Samantha Brooke Jornlin, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Jacqueline Lee Harris, CCMR, Yearbook Editor-in-Chief.
Rachel Dominique Gonzalez, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Leah Natalie Vasquez, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Mackenzie Hope Broadway, CCMR.
Cameron Marie Peterson, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Addison Renee Cook, CTE Pathway Completer, Phlebotomy Technician, CCMR.
Mariah Talia Valenzuela, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Abigail Figueroa, ASC Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, CCMR.
Mario Martin Trevino, Avid TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, CCMR.
Natalie Edith Alcantar, CCMR.
Elijah Josiah Nottingham, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Casey Gonzalez, CCMR.
Diana Nelly Perez, Avid CCMR.
Natalia Aguirre, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Layla Shamari Carr, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, CCMA, CCMR.
Kiana Maribel Gonzalez, CTE Pathway Completer, Serve Safe Manager, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Kaya Gianni Suarez Navarro, CCMR.
Yulissa Elvira Lynn Gray, cum laude, Avid, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, FFA, CCMR.
Alejandra Susana Kofer, CCMR.
Riken Michaela Harbin, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Cheyenne Nicole Sanchez, Avid CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Leslie Loaiza Corona, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Nicholas Grant Repka, Honor Graduate, CCMR, 3-year graduate.
Celeste Avila, Avid CTE Pathway Completer, Pharmacy Technician, CCMR.
Yankiel O'Neill Cardalda Castillo, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR.
Graciela Guzman Gillen, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Colby Glenn Franklin, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Carolina Leilani Salazar, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco VetMed Apps, CCMR, Spanish National Honor Society.
Noah Ryan Zychek, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Isaac Felix, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Braden Clay Parker, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Isabella Isu Rodriguez, Magna Cum Laude, National Honor Society, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Gage Logan Cushman, Magna Cum Laude, National Honor Society, CCMR, Temple College coursework, Academic Excellence.
Lena Marie Cook, Summa Cum Laude, Thespian Honor Society, Astra, National Honor Society, CCMR, Academic Excellence, German National Honor Society.
Austin Govea, CTE Pathway Completer, ALL 11 ASC Automotive Industry-Based Certifications, Skills USA, CCMR.
Zachary Ryan Linklater, National Honor Society, CCMR.
Jesse Marie Gracia, National Honor Society, S2S, TSFA Level 1 Floral Certification, TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, CCMR.
Casey Jacob Hart, Student in Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Wyatt Lee Jeremiah, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Daniel Ruben Moctezuma, CTE Pathway Completer, ACP Visual Design, Adobe Photoshop, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Hannah Lily Johansson, CCMR.
Cade Wallace Bolton, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Deanna Carla Lytle, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, FFA, CCMR.
Valley Autry Hibbler, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Hannah Hunter Lynn Voracek, CCMR, TBI graduate.
Zoe Alexis Ray, National Honor Society, Honor Graduate, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMA, HOSA, CCMR.
Gladys Noemi Sandoval Kumar, CCMR.
Cameron Dawn Vanderveer, CTE Pathway Completer, EMT Basic, CCMR, Temple College coursework, Skills USA.
Gisele Leanne Estrada, CCMR.
Brendan Sean Hall, MCJRTC, Astra, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework, Skills USA, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Lillian Rosabel Alvarado Marroquin.
Chloe Elizabeth Hall, National Honor Society, MCJROTC, EMT Basic, CCMR, Temple College coursework, Skills USA.
Andrea Carolina Carranza Perez, CCMR.
Emily Georgette Adams, 4-year Fine Arts, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, EMT Basic, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Nathaniel Tyler Guzman, CCMR.
Celeste Reagan Ashford, Thespian Honor Society, 4-year Fine Arts, EMT Basic, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Connor Joseph Vela, Honor Graduate, National Honor Society, EMT Basic, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Isabella Rosalind Ortiz, CTE Pathway Completer, EMT Basic, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Daphne Rose Ortiz, National Honor Society, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Alexandria Elise Dominguez, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Patrick Maringathuparumble, summa cum laude, UT Austin on-ramps, four-year fine arts, senior class president, student council member, National Honor Society, TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, CCMR, academic excellence.
Maya Rain Harana Oguaye, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Aislinn Janelle Huggins, honor graduate, MCJ ROTC, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Gabriela Marie Villalobos, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Morgan Grace Carpenter, Student Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Sonia Nicole Rivera, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Sebastian Jose Olivero, National Honor Society, CCMR.
Colette Jakaya West, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, four-year fine arts.
Haley Frances Olivia Skipping, CCMR.
Julissa Renee Granado, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Terica Venice Bundy, CCMR.
Landon Nathaniel Baker, CCMR.
Philip Caden Dickerson, CCMR.
Kason Reed Wolf, cum laude, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMA, CCMR, academic excellence.
Atlantis Patrice Berry, four-year fine arts, National Honor Society, TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, CCMR.
Liam Jameson McRae, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, four-year fine arts, CCMR, academic excellence.
Ashley Nicole Farmer, Thespian Honor Society, four-year fine arts, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, non-commissioned security officer level 2.
John Thomas Gant III, cum laude, four-year fine arts, National Honor Society, AWS D1.1 structural steel, AWS D9.1 sheet metal wielding, FFA, CCMR.
Dustin Arlen Miller, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D11 structural steel, CCMR.
Ian Chandler Walsh, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Areli Crystal Bedoya, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Nathaniel Allen Salazar, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR, four-year fine arts.
Brooke Ann Heacock, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Alan Josue Gonzalez, four-year fine arts, AWS D1.1 structural steel, CCMR.
Kyle Alexander White, CCMR.
Sean Christian Cisneros, 4-year Fine Arts, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, AWS D9.1 Sheet Metal Wielding, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, FFA, CCMR.
Mason Connor Freitag, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Veronica Sophia Story, ACP Visual Design Adobe Photoshop, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Dallas Wayne Costine, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR.
Peyton Grace Smitherman, CCMR.
Bryac James Ibanez, CTE Pathway Completer, ASE Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, ASE Entry-Level Auto Maintenance and Light Repair, CCMR.
Skylar Jaden Pena, CCMR.
Isaac Desmond Wilford, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Emma Grace Powell, ACP Visual Design Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Jace Christopher John Torin, CCMR, AWS D11 Structural Steel.
Samuel Marcus Welsh, CTE Pathway Completer, Apple Logic Pro X, ACP Visual Design Adobe Photoshop, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Shane Alexander Haywood, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR, Marines.
Gabriella Mia Murillo, 4-year Fine Arts, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, Patient Care Technician, CCMR.
Amelia Marie Liao, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Savannah Grace Mensulich, Thespian Honor Society, National Honor Society, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR.
Kayla Marie Oakley, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Lauren Christine Sanderford, Thespian Honor Society, 4-year Fine Arts, ACP Visual Design Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Amanda Victoria De La Rosa, National Guard, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Jezebel Vasquez Miranda, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Kaylee Madison Borowski, CCMR.
Abigail Wilmot, Honor Graduate, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, Skills USA, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Sadie Lynn Renee Butler, CTE Pathway Completer, Education Aid 1, CCMR.
Bria Elise Fennell, CCMR.
Zachary Renee Cristobal, CTE Pathway Completer, Patient Care Technician, CCMR.
Anna Grace Gainey, 4-year Fine Arts, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Braden John Neighbors, CCMR.
Annalise Alvarado Park, CCMR.
Isaac Ethan Torres, CCMR.
Faith Mayer Kelly, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMA, CCMR.
Aiden Brody Gascon, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, TSFA Knowledge Base Oral Certification, CCMR.
William Mason Thomas Knight, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, AWS D9.1 Sheet Metal Wielding, CCMR.
Jace Allen Cheney Jr., NCCER Core, CCMR.
Vicky Jo Hoover, CCMR.
Alex Kane Douglas, NCCER Core, NCCER Electrical Level 1, CCMR.
Brandon Wayne Wetzel, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Sebastian Cruz Davila, Student Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Eric Antoine Cuevas Vieira, Avid, Student Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Sebastian Nathaniel Santiago, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Bernardo Jr. Estrada, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Braden Lee Stillwell, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D91 Sheet Metal Welding, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Rafael Eduardo Payan, cum laude, National Honor Society, S2S, Avid, BPA, CCMR.
Alexander Dominguez, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Alfredo Ediel Villegas, CCMR, 4-year Fine Arts.
Gabriel Tanner Garcia, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Rodolfo Oriano Jr., CCMR.
Sharon DeWan Turner, CCMR.
Jocelyn Nayeli Ortiz Avila, Avid, CCMR.
Morgan Anthony Elliott, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Daniela Bailon, Avid, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMA, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
D'Alessandra Yadira Rivero, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Janaya Cherish Whiteley, CTE Pathway Completer, ACP Visual Design Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Brianna Marie Mendoza, CCMR.
Shakira Ainsley Nabora Williamson, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR.
Jaron Isaac Rosario, ASE Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, CCMR.
Sarah Ray Ann Townsend, cum laude, 4-year Fine Arts, CTE Pathway Completer, Phlebotomy Technician, CCMR.
Dakota Jones, CCMR.
Emma Marie Klaczynski, CTE Pathway Completer, Phlebotomy Technician, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Christian Emmanuel Kelly, CCMR.
Gabriella Nicole Alvarado, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, HOSA, CCMR.
Ariana Janae Davis, CCMR.
Autumn Jewel Medetsky, Honor Graduate, 4-year Fine Arts, National Honor Society, CCMR.
Elijah Yushad Dawson, CCMR.
Caitlin Rebecca Wingo, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, Pharmacy Technician, HOSA, CCMR.
Lucy Marie Littlefield, Thespian Honor Society, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR.
Robert Jose Utrera Roman.
Joseph William Trejo, CCMR.
Jabdiel Sterling Rosario.
Adon Miguel Salas Lopez, ASE Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, AWS Structural Steel, ACP Visual Design, Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Evelyn Huga Saldana, CCMR.
Damon Carlos Corona, CCMR.
Angel Epifanio Garcia, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Christian James Anthony Paredes, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Abraham Montalongo Carrillo, Honor Graduate, Senior Class Vice President, Student Council Member, National Honor Society, ASE Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, ASE Entry Level Auto Maintenance and Light Repair, CCMR, Spanish National Honor Society.
Aaron Noria, NCCER Corps, CCMR, Marines.
Rogelio Emiliano Garduno, Avid, CCMR, Spanish National Honor Society Vice President.
Jacob Noria, CTE Pathway Completer, ASE Entry Level Auto Maintenance and Light Repair, CCMR.
Christian Jacob Martinez, Avid, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Temple College coursework.
Orlando Nathaniel Sarinana, CCMR.
Luis Angel Corona, Avid, CCMR.
Noe Kano Jr., CTE Pathway Completer, ASE Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, CCMR.
Sebastian Melvez Salazar, CCMR, Spanish National Honor Society.
Michael Lee Klingler, CCMR.
Elijah Adrian Balderas Flores, Avid, Student Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Gilberto Segundo Tovar, CCMR.
Wyatt James Butler, magna cum laude, Avid, National Honor Society, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Joaquin Rios, magna cum laude, CTE Pathway Completer, Pharmacy Technician, CCMR, Academic Excellence, National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society.
Jamar Marco Roeder, ACP, User Revit for Architecture, CCMR, CTE Pathway Completer.
Harvey Jackson Oss, summa cum laude, UT Austin On-Ramps, Senior Class Secretary, Student Council Member, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway, Pharmacy Technician, HOSA, CCMR, Academic Excellence, Spanish National Honor Society President.
Diego Gael Ramos, cum laude, Avid, S2S, CTE Pathway Completer, ACP User, ACU, Inventor, ACP User Revit for Architecture, CCMR, Temple College Coursework, Academic Excellence.
Timothy Avery Jenkins, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Hector Gonzalez, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Matthew Ezekiel Herrera, summa cum laude, National Honor Society, CCMR, Academic Excellence, 4-year Fine Arts.
Isidro Huerta, CCMR.
Olivia Lee Lopez, Avid, Astra, S2S, TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, Student Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Ricardo Castellan Jr., CCMR.
Liliana Honolor Magdaleno, magna cum laude, National Honor Society, Student Council Member, Avid, Astra, S2S, CTE Pathway Completer, Pharmacy Technician, CCMR, Academic Excellence.
Jonathan Miguel Saldivar Anaya, AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Karul Aleska Serrano, National Honor Society, Avid, Astra, CCMR.
Emmanuel Martinez, Avid, NCCER Core AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, CCMR, Temple College Coursework.
Noelia Martinez, Avid, Astra, FCCLA, CCMR.
Aiden Nathaniel Williams Harris, CCMR.
Reina J. Trevino Barbosa, Avid Astra CCMR.
Anastasia Navia Coensler, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Jose Isaiah Salazar, CCMR.
Michael Gabriel Llewellyn, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Alejandro Pisano, CCMR.
Joe Daniel De La Garza Jr., CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Javier Martinez III, CCMR.
Aldo Yair Chavez Vasquez, CTE Pathway Completer, Phlebotomy Technician, CCMR.
Veronica Lean Monique Villagomez Meno, CCMR.
Zadrian Christopher Terrell, 4-year Fine Arts.
Jaden Jamal Merriweather, CCMR.
Lennox Jaden Gonzalez, CCMR.
Keyshawn Lamar Hopwood, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Yadiel Miguel Figueroa, CCMR.
Jasmine Loza Menchaca, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Sebastian Garcia Isali, CCMR.
Julissa Diane Jackson, CCMR.
Noe Garcia Jr., CCMR, Marines, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Juliana Reyes Guerrero, CCMR, National Honor Society.
Jalen Christian Hall, CCMR.
Nayeli Lechuga, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Level 1 Floral Certification, TSFA Knowledge Base Floral Certification, EKG Technician, CCMR.
Shane Matthew Johnson, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Max Allen Moffitt, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D11 Structural Steel, AWS D91 Sheet Metal Welding, NCCER Core, CCMR.
William Joseph Taylor, CTE Pathway Completer, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR, Non-Commissioned Security Officer Level 2.
Skylar Ryan Allersmeyer, CTE Pathway Completer, ACP User Rivet for Architecture, ACP Visual Design, Adobe Photoshop, CCMR.
Matthew Scott Ketchens, 4-year Fine Arts, CCMR.
Jonathan Alberto Alvarez, Stukin Social Media Marketing, CCMR.
Aiden Todd Williamson, CCMR.
Diego Antonio Gage, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Michael Wayne Wells II, National Guard, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Ayani Kyrie Lopez, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Bryce Lawrence South, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Mackenzie Elise Smith, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Jeffrey Ray Shelton, CCMR.
Leonardo Hernandez, CCMR.
Kung Bal Leon, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Selvin Efrain Melgar Pena, CCMR.
Nathan Grant Herrera, CCMR.
Daniel Andrew Martinez, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Adrian Joel Santiago Pacheco, CCMR.
Luca Arturo Gravala Garcia, CTE Pathway Completer, Surface Manager, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
Vincent James Hammonds.
Austin Raymond Villa, CCMR.
Jacob Joseph Calloway, CCMR, CTE Pathway Completer.
Jakydrin King Levy, CCMR. Michael Theodore Figueroa, Jr., CCMR. Ramon Lorenzo Morales, NCCER Core, NCCER Electrical Level 1, CCMR. Kendall May Walker, TSFA Knowledge-Based Floral Certification, CCMR.
Robert James Weckbacher, CCMR.
Haley Nicole Gandera, CCMR, CTE Pathway Completer.
Hector Ivan Armendariz, ASC Refrigerant Recovery and Recycling, CCMR.
Coral Lynn Palomares, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR, Skills USA.
Dana Fernanda Cortez de la Cruz, Astra, National Honor Society, CCMR.
Haziel Carlos Zuniga, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D11 Structural Steel, CCMR.
Ryan Michael Obar, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Serenity Ann Barbudas, CCMR.
Kyler Ian Quinn, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, Skills USA, CCMR.
Jaslyn Jean Mosley, CCMR, CTE Pathway Completer.
Julian Francisco Guzman, CCMR.
Mariah Nicole Trevino, CCMR.
Jose Guadalupe Esquivel III, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, NCCER Masonry Level 1, Skills USA, CCMR.
Daniel Wilfred McKee, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMR.
Jace Connor Sanchez, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Angelina Ivelisse Rodriguez, CTE Pathway Completer, CCMA, CCMR.
Hector Narvaez Perez, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Alexandria Anna Marie Folds, CTE Pathway Completer, Elanco Fundamentals of Animal Science, CCMR.
LaRue Earl Botts Jr., CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Destiny Adriana Nicole Smith, CCMR.
Omar Rodriguez, CCMR.
Curtis Ray Holland, CCMR.
Misael Cuevas Hernandez, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, NCCER Carpentry Level 1, Skills USA, CCMR.
Nico San Nicolas Iriarte, CTE Pathway Completer, SurfSafe Manager, CCMR.
Oscar Flores, CTE Pathway Completer, NCCER Core, NCCER Carpentry Level 1, NCCER Masonry Level 1, Skills USA, CCMR.
Danica Renee Dodson, CCMR.
John Isaac DeRosset, CTE Pathway Completer, AWS D1.1 Structural Steel, AWS D9.1 Sheet Metal Welding, CCMR.
Lillian Faith Camboya, CCMR, Temple College Coursework, CTE Pathway Completer.
Lucas Victor Lago, NCCER Core, CCMR. Andrew Joseph Adade, NCCER Core, CCMR.
Wow. 410 graduates. The class of 2024 holds a very special place in my heart. I've known many of you since elementary school and had the privilege of watching you grow into the remarkable individuals seated here today. Throughout your time here, I've had the privilege of getting to know each one of you since your freshman year. From the spirited debates in the hallways to the quiet moments of encouragement in my office, you have all left a mark on my heart. Each of you has shown resilience, creativity, and a unique spark that makes you who you are. I remember when you first walked through the Belton High School doors. You were a little uncertain, a bit nervous, and full of dreams. Over the years, I have watched you grow, not just academically, but personally. You have faced challenges head on, celebrated victories, and supported one another like family. Your journey has not always been easy, but your determination and courage have brought you here today. This year has been extraordinary, not just because I was your principal, but because of the relationships that we've built. If you haven't noticed, aside from your family, I was your #1 fan. Every opportunity I had, I wanted to celebrate each and every one of you. Graduates, throughout the year, I challenged you to achieve excellence, to roar towards success. Today, I'm incredibly proud to announce that the class of 2024 leaves us with a 99% graduation rate. Furthermore, the vast majority of you are leaving as college, career, and military ready, meeting the rigorous requirements set by the state for this distinction. Many of our graduates have earned industrial-based certifications, making you employable right now for well-paying jobs and careers. Many of you have accumulated college credit hours that will give you a head start on your college degrees. And some of you have chosen the honorable path of serving our country in the military. Your legacy and impact on our school will forever be remembered. In all these endeavors, you have led Belton High School with the class and character that we expect from Belton Tigers. You have made the entire Big Red community proud. As you move forward, I want you to carry a few things with you. First, never underestimate the power of kindness. The kindness you have shown to one another, to your teachers, and to me has made our school a warm and welcoming place. Kindness is a strength, a gift that you can give freely, and it will always be returned to you in ways you might not expect. Second, stay curious. The world is vast and there's so much to learn and explore. Keep asking questions, seeking answers, and challenging yourself to grow. Your education does not end here. It's a lifelong journey. Lastly, remember that you are never alone. The friendships you have formed here are bonds that will last a lifetime. You have a community that supports you, believes in you, and will always be here for you. And as your principal, I want you to know that my door is always open. Whether you need advice, a listening ear, or just a familiar face, you know where to find me. Graduates, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, take with you the lessons you've learned here. Be brave, be kind, and always believe in yourselves. The future is yours to shape, and I have no doubt that you will make it bright and a beautiful one. Congratulations, class of 2024. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you. Go out and shine. And now, members of the class of 2024, please stand. You may move your tassels to the left. You are now a graduate of Belton High School. And now, for the last time, our alma mater.